Hello, I thought I would take a minute to share one of the folders that I have set up in my course, which is a What I Need folder. It's kind of like a differentiation folder, an intervention/enrichment folder for students to access. When I click inside this folder, there are different folders for the different groups of students. So I've given the students some different assessments on phonics and reading, and then placed them on the group based on the kinds of skills that they need. And I have one group that is practicing letters and sounds. They need some high frequency words. They also have some levelized text in here for them to read. And then in each group, I also have an Amplify reading link, so they can click on that and get some extra practice. That's a program that our district uses. It kind of goes along with Dibbles, if you're familiar with that assessment. And then someone shared a link to this place called Unite for Literacy, and it's a free website where you can click on the different books and the students can read them. There's not necessarily a level to each of these books, but some of them are kind of easy for the students to read. If I click back here, and if you want to see some of these other assignments, I have them loaded as PDFs, but this one I actually have also, well, maybe I don't. There's one in here that I have that's also a PowerPoint, so I don't think it's this one. But this is a list of high frequency words from our program that the students can flip through like flashcards and practice. So that's just one activity that I have set up. If I go back over here to this one, here's a levelized book that I found online. And so I just give the parents some directions if they're going to be practicing with their child at home. Here are some things that they need to kind of keep in mind. Again, I loaded this up as a PDF. I found a website that had some books on it that were leveled. So I'm providing those to the students too. And again, they can flip through here and read. We read these together. And then they can do this on their own too to help build their fluency. Also in this group, I have a password that's set up for this Amplify reading program. And I set up each password so that only the student whose password it is can view that. That way it's all here together. And then they don't have to email me what's the password, and it's right there. So that's that group. This group has some similar things, but I've included some fluency practice for them that kind of goes along with our reading program. So I told the students just to time themselves for a minute and see how fast they can read and how much they can read. And then I asked them to like mark where they are. They can open this in Cami and mark it. And then when they retest themselves, they can come back and try to see if they can beat where they left off. So that's there for them. I'm not in Chrome, so that's not going to open in Cami. This book here is our decodable from our reading program. So this one, I've listed all of the units and weeks, and then the entire decodable is here. They can click on that little view button and then use the little arrows up in the left-hand corner to flip through the book. So that's our Getting to Know Us book from our program, and then they can read through the different sections after we've done that in class. So that's there for them as well. I have an extra, if there's my other fluency passage. This fluency passage was from our program as well. I gave some directions there to parents on how to read that and how to track, so they can practice reading through that, write down their numbers of errors and everything else. But I left a little directions there for parents. And then another group, this is another group that I have set up. I have their short A fluency like the other group, another fluency passage, a decodable reader. I also have some additional high frequency words for this group, another easy reader called Kitty Cat and the Fish, and then a link to Amplify. So I just kind of base the folders, what I put in each folder, on what that group needs, and maybe I'll add more words or less words, harder text, easier text. It just depends on the group. In this group, I've included our decodable reader, the practice for the high frequency words like I shared in the other groups, and a link to Epic Books. So I have this here with some information and some comprehension questions to ask for the students to answer and the parents to ask. I also included a comic strip summary that I created for parents to print off if they wanted to print this off and have some extra practice with comprehension. So that students can write a beginning, middle, and end. They can draw a picture of each part, and then at the other part they can do is add text down here to talk about what happened and make a little summary of the story. So that's just one more activity that I have available for the students. Let me go back over here. And then they have a link to Amplify reading as well. And then my other group here has a lot of the similar things that the last group has. I need to add a few more things to these last two folders, but those are available for them. All right, so that's kind of what my Win folder setup looks like right now. I hope that was helpful for you.